This content is recreated to fit YouTube's policies, fair use, and licensed content. Welcome back to another episode of Whip Media TV. I'm your host, Whip Media Mickey, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do to the channel. Subscribe right now. Join the Vibe Tribe. And if you feel generous and want to leave me a tip for my extra hard work or my editing skills, I'll leave the Cash App link down below. Okay, Vibe Tribe. On today's episode, I'll cover Castaway. In 1995, Chuck Nolan is a FedEx systems analysis and executive who travels the world resolving productivity problems at the company's depots. He lives with his girlfriend Kelly Frears in Memphis, Tennessee. The couple wants to get married, but Chuck's busy schedule prevents it. During a family Christmas dinner, Chuck is summoned to resolve a work problem in Malaysia. However, the FedEx cargo plane he is on gets caught in a violent storm and crashes into the Pacific Ocean. Chuck is the only survivor of the crash and escapes with an inflatable life raft. Losing the emergency locator transmitter in the process, the next day he washes up on an uninhabited island. Now over the next few days, several Federal Express packages wash ashore, as well as the corpse Albert R. Miller, one of the FedEx pilots whom Chuck buries. Chuck tries to signal a passing ship and escape in the damaged life raft, but the incoming surf tosses him onto a coral reef, injuring his leg. He finds sufficient food, water, and shelter. Chuck opens up most of the packages, finding several useful items, but does not open a package with a pair of golden angel wings printed on it. While attempting to start a fire, Chuck cuts his hand. He furiously throws several objects from the packages, including a Wilson Sporting Goods volleyball, leaving a blood-stained handprint. After calming down, Chuck draws his face into the smeared blood, names the ball Wilson, and begins to talk to it. He continues to talk to it regularly during the rest of his time on the island. 4 years later, in 1999, a now long-haired, bearded, and a gaunt Chuck has moved into a cave. After a large section from a portable toilet enclosure washes up the island, he builds a raft using a plastic as a sail. Chuck successfully launches the raft. He has stocked with water and the unopened Federal Express package. Chuck and the raft survive a storm, but afterward, Wilson falls off the raft and floats away. Chuck awakens and futilely attempts to rescue Wilson, but is left to grieve over his loss. Soon after, he is rescued by a passing container ship. Now, upon returning to civilization, a spruced up and clean shaven Chuck learns that he was declared dead by his family and friends. Later, he returns to his hero's welcome home party and the FedEx headquarters in Memphis. There, he learns that Kelly has since married and had a daughter. On a rainy night, Chuck visits Kelly's house and reunites with her. Although they are both still in love with each other, Chuck reminds Kelly of her responsibilities with her new family. She gives Chuck his old Jeep and they sadly part ways. Chuck drives to Texas to return to unopened Federal Express package to its sender. Finding no one home, he leaves the package at the door with a note saying that the package saved his life. He departs his truck. He has bought another Wilson volleyball and put it in the passenger seat and stops at a remote crossroads. Then a woman in a pickup truck stops and gives information about where each road leads. As she drives away, Chuck noticed two angel wings painted on the tailgate of her truck, identical to the one of the parcel. He looks down each road, trying to decide which way to go. In the end, Chuck then stares down the road the woman took and smiles. Castaway. Okay, Vibe Tribe, here's some of the life lessons that I can take from this movie. Number 1, adaptability is key. Chuck had to learn how to adapt to his new environment and use the resources available to him on the island. He also had to adapt to his own limitations and find creative solutions to survive. Number 2, time is precious. Being stranded on the island made Chuck realize how much he took for granted in his previous life, including time. He learned to value each moment and to make the most of what he had. Number 3, human connection is important. Despite being alone on the island, Chuck found comfort in talking to a volleyball that he named Wilson. This shows how important human connection is to our mental and emotional well-being. Number 4, gratitude. See, when Chuck was finally rescued and returned to civilization, he was grateful for the small things that he previously took for granted, such as a warm meal and a bed to sleep in. This teaches us to be grateful for what we have and not to take it for granted. And number 5, perseverance. Chuck's determination and perseverance kept him alive on the island. He never gave up, and he kept trying to fight ways to survive and eventually escape. This shows us the importance of perseverance in achieving our goal. Overall, Castaway teaches us the importance of adapting to our circumstances, valuing our time, connecting with others, being grateful, and persevering through challenges. Until next time, Mickey made it.